Hello, I'm Chris. Let's get started taking crap apart on the Lexus. Let's go. Here we are, lots of things removed. Got the radiator removed. You have your standard transmission lines to disconnect and the hoses. I removed the belt. Not sure if I really needed to remove the engine, but I ended up doing it. Got the power steering disconnected. Ran the wiring harness from the ECU out. Also removed all the heater related stuff because this all runs to the heater core. I cut this one because I don't think the hose has ever been replaced, so I couldn't get the damn thing off there. And then you have this hose here too. So over here, there wasn't as much. Have a return line right there. Not very clear, but whatever. Also have the fuel line that bolts up here. This is all hard, then it goes to soft here, soft line. I just cut it because I'm not going to use that line. And then also you have the brake booster line right there. So I think I've got everything up top. Actually, I still think I need to do the AC, but whatever. But next up, I'm going to try and get everything underneath. What I know so far would be disconnecting the exhaust. I should, I'm guessing, be able to leave the headers on. So disconnect from where the headers meet the pipes. I'm going to see if I could get to all the bolts holding the bell housing to the engine and not pull the trans, because I don't need it. I'd rather just keep it in the car, but whatever. We'll see if that happens. Yeah, and that's all under the car, so not really good footage for me. So I'll be back when we have a engine hoist hooked up. Be right back. Here we are, ready to try and pull the engine out. What you're about to see is not the recommended approach to removing an engine. I've heard it done by a number of people in a pinch, but this isn't quite a pinch. It's just more of, it's about to get really cold. I'd like to wash the engine without worrying about shit freezing. So here we are. Engine hoist, you know, standard shit. And seat belts running under the exhaust manifolds. So that was pretty much all I could really do. The hooks that appear on some engines to go here and then in the back corner were missing on this. I don't know if it was removed intentionally or they just don't really put them on all the cars. I don't know, because I went to a junkyard and there were a lot of other engines that had maybe one hook at the back. So, no hook, seatbelt. So, it's the car that keeps on giving. With that said, I have one of my best friends coming over. He probably thinks this is not the smartest of ideas. Not only the seatbelt thing, but investing money in a 1980 Corolla. Just saying. But he's going to help me out, as he always does. So, let's get to the mayhem that is probably going to be many mistakes and screw-ups and jack like that. Let's go. Well, friend came over, we got to work, I forgot to push record. So, here we are. The cavernous opening of the Lexus sits there empty, lacking any substance to fill its void. Because I took it. Anyway, so here we go. Had some hang-ups, little things. Some things I forgot. Shift linkage that bolts right about there. Forgot that. Drive shaft coming out of here was a huge pain in the ass. Then I forgot ground wires, like you see that there. There are a bunch of little wires here and there, ground wires, or going to a sensor that I probably won't care about. I hope. Because I was originally hoping to maybe use the harness as a template, but I'm like going, okay, we're going to be ripping a lot of crap out. Like, I'm pretty sure this is going to be gone. So the wiring going to it is going to be gone. I mean, I don't know what the current trend is for standalones in these. I don't know if they use the well, not sure where that cut off at, but battery went from 23% to 0. Anyway, let's just cut blah, 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 blah. Next little segment, as long as I remember to record, this will go away. Gonna clean it all thoroughly-ish, better, and dismantle. The order is open to my interpretation of when in the hell I decided to do it, but let's see where we go. Here we are, a couple days later. Got some of the grunt work out of the way. Word of advice, Ford vs. Ferrari, awesome fucking movie. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. So, transmission is now sitting over here. I learned a mistake while I was doing this. While the engine was in the car and the transmission still had fluid, I should have probably undid all these bolts then. I've never done an automatic transmission, removed one, nothing. The torque converter is bolted on the backside that goes through here, which is only accessible in this area. And thing is, I know I'd seen this kind of before, but whatever. I'm a noob. So yeah, I just had to go through, crank engine a little bit, had the help of one of my sons, rotate a little, go through the pain in the butt side of undoing the bolts under here. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And yeah, just there's little nuances. Just look around, you know, such as, actually, no, that wasn't a problem. These transmission lines and this had bolts, little 10 mil bolts securing it to the block. You know, the way a company does things, you know, make it nice and clean. So once I undid those, engine just started kind of slipping out. So, hooray, or transmission, darn. So transmission's off. I'm gonna throw it on the engine stand, and then we'll go through, get some things cleaned up and all that jazz, and more or less just start breaking the whole thing down. So yeah, let's, we'll probably come back when, I don't know. I'll figure out the next part of this video, and you'll see it about now. And here we are. Destruction, I would say. What would you say?
Oh, pretty bad.
Messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spontaneously did that to him. So, where we're leaving at. We have garbage. Lots and lots of garbage. Car's old. All the plastics are brittle. I'm going to do an electric fan, so a clutch doesn't really matter. Going to have different motor mounts, so that can go to help. And then that little pipe you see there, emissions. We don't need no stinking emissions. Power steering pump, don't need that. I broke the engine down a lot, but now I want to clean it. I was going to take this intake manifold off, but there's just too much crap down there. So I'd rather clean it off first, then remove this. So we'll do that later, or I'll show it later, whatever. This thing's, what was that?
Bonus clip.
Bonus clip. As you can tell, this shit's been leaking for a long time. So the engine's going to get a thorough cleaning. I'll remove this, probably remove most of this up here, and then give it another cleaning. My plan will be hopefully powder coat the valve covers, replace the gaskets on the oil pan down there and on here. I don't plan on cracking the engine beyond just top and bottom gaskets and a timing set. Here's the tidbits I'm keeping though. Exhaust manifold, because you can, everything I've read and heard, can flip them, and I might be able to build a turbo kit off that. We'll figure out what I'm going to do with that. What was that? Gonna sell those things because, you know, catalytic converters are worth something.
What is that going on?
Not sure if I'm keeping AC, hold up, alternator, and the rest of this. So anyway, thank you for watching. We'll be back with the next video. Bye-bye.